Hello folks, this is Mike, and in today's video we're going to replace this power cord on my favorite router. This is the porter-cabel LR690. You may ask, why didn't you just repair the cord? Well, there's a very compelling reason why I didn't. I'll also explain that coming up. So now let me show you why we can't repair the cord. So look at this cord now. What happened was I plugged in my router, just picked it up, there was a flash of light and the power went off. See all that crumbling out of there? That's insulation. So I cut this off thinking I could go back down the cord a bit. Here again, 6 inches down the line, I've got the same problem. So I don't think this is repairable. I'll feel much better if I have a brand new one on it. So I did a little online research and I bought the replacement cord, so I'm ready. Let's get this thing open and take a look at it. This is a 120 volt cord. It's a 16 AWG size and it's about 7 feet long. And this is the business end. Of course, it's a 3-prong plug on this end. So you've got your white common, your black wire, and a ground wire. Notice they have special connectors on these two, and this one is installed with a wire nut. So let's compare this one to the old cord. The plug's a little bit bigger, but the wiring gauge is the same. And the internal wires seem to be the same gauge also. So I say this is a pretty good match. Now if you want to use one just like I'm using, I'll put a paid link in the video description for this one, although there was quite a variety online. So now let's make the repair, and to do that, the first thing we're going to need to do is to remove this black plastic cap or housing that fits on top of the router. And that cap, there are 2 screw holes right here and here. Now these are combination screws, and you can use a flat bladed screwdriver or you can use a T20 Torx bit. Now we want to be careful removing the cap for 2 reasons. One, and I'm going to put blue tape over these holes. When you turn the cap upside down, those screws are going to fall out. And my luck, they'll go up under the workbench or something. So also you've got a power switch that's actually built into the housing. Notice when we lift it and turn it over, so be careful here. Look, you've got wiring attached to that power switch. If you jerked it off, you could have damaged some of this. Now, a continuation of the problem we had with the main cord where it arced, I've got insulation missing here, and the white wire here has, you can't see it, but there's actually missing insulation down here. So first I want to remove these wires to the cap. Now notice this wire. This wire goes down into the router. Now this is our cord. Notice this wire, it goes right here. That's the black wire. So actually I'm not going to try to jerk that off. I'm going to take my flat bladed screwdriver and work it loose first. There we go. Now I'm going to pry this one off. Okay, now we can just set our cap aside for right now. These 2 wires are held in place by a little twist tie. Can you see that? Right here. Let me see if I can use a pair of electrician's pliers here. There we go. Now I'm going to carefully pull that out. I don't want it to fall down in the router. Now this is your green wire. That's your wire right here with this round connector on it, and that's going to go right here. So I'm going to take my Torx bit. You've got this wire nut attached, and this is crimped on. You can't really get that thing off without cutting the wires, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to cut off right here. Now if you know how to get this wire nut off, be sure to comment and let me know. Maybe I need to buy a special tool. Okay. So now what we're going to have to do is get this tool. Let's go to 14, which it looks more like a 14 wire anyway. There we go. So we've got a bare wire. Now the last thing we want to do is take our Torx bit, and you can see here, this is where your cord is held in place. So I'm going to take that off with my T20 bit. We've got to carefully get this wire out of here. Okay. They didn't provide screws, so we'll need these screws right here. Now when we remove the cord, there's a cap here. We want to pry that cap off. So we're going to need that. We're ready to install the new cord, and to do that we're going to need the following. We need the new cord, and we need the old bracket, the screws that came out of the old bracket. We'll need the screw that came out of the green wire that went up here on the router. We'll need an orange wire nut and a 4-inch, 18-pound cable tie. Now notice this slides back and forth. We want to put it right at the end of the black insulation here, okay? And we want the screw holes to be in front of the bracket here, like this. Also, the rounded bottom of the cord will go in this slot. Then we're going to want to snake this through here. And there we go. We're ready to attach this now. Now folks, if you're enjoying this video, we'd appreciate it if you go below and click that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, you might as well subscribe to our channel. We'd really appreciate it. So now we'll use the short screw and we'll attach the green wire to the router. This is the mounting hole on the left side of the router. And again, we're going to use our Torx T20 bit to do this. Now there's two bare-ended wires. We're going to twist those together good and tight. Use pliers if you have to. And then install the orange wire nut. And you want to make sure you twist this pretty tight. You want to make sure you have a snug connection. So now we're going to install our twist tie. And make sure that you don't get this wire entangled in the twist tie. We don't want to do that. I'm going to go under this wire, the red wire, up, like so, come around, and this is the orientation where you want the head. It's like this. Otherwise it won't hold. And we're going to pull that tight. And I'm going to try to push it down good and tight. And the main reason you want to do this is it just keeps these wires out of the router mechanism. And I'm just going to cut the end off about 1/8 or 3/16 from the connection. So now we'll install the wires and the cap. This one goes here. If you accidentally unseat the switch, it'll pop right back in, so don't worry about it. And this one goes on this prong. Harder to put them on actually than it is to take them off. So there we go. So now we can just install the cap on top where it goes. This part goes over the cord. Yeah, okay, make sure that wire nut's out of the way. Now we can reinstall the screws. Now watch what happens though when I pull this tape off. The screw comes with it. So, here we go. There we go, that one fell in. Now I'm going to take my T20 bit, tighten them. And I think we're done. I think we're going to try it out. I'm going to plug it in. At least see what happens when we turn it on. And now I'm back to making sawdust. I spent a few dollars on this replacement cord and I've saved my favorite router, so I'm very happy. So that's going to wrap it up for today. God bless you and your family, and until next time, thanks for watching.